Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 math and then click on lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter of operations with rational number. The lessons we're going to cover today are reciprocals and multiplicative inverses, admissible rational numbers. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay, let's just start with the lesson. So here I'm on grade 8 math. The chapter we are on right now is operations with rational numbers. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is reciprocals and multiplicative inverses. What is the multiplicative inverse of 6 over 6? 6 over 5. So let's just see what is the multiplicative inverse first. So find the multiplicative inverse of a function by switching numerator and denominator. So what you have to do, you have to switch the numerator and denominator, that is 6 over 5. So the multiplicative inverse of 6 over 5 is 5 over 6. Right? The correct option is 5 over 6. Basically, the multiplicative inverse means if you multiply the fraction and the reciprocal of 10 over 9. So the reciprocal you have to do exactly the same thing. You have to switch the numerator and denominator, right? So that is 10 over 9. So the reciprocal is 9 over negative inverse there. So the reciprocal of 10 over 9 is 9 over 10. The correct option is 9 over 10. What is the reciprocal of negative 2 over 3? The correct option is that is negative 2, negative 3 by 2, right? You just have to interchange the numerator and denominator. So that is negative 3 over 2. What is the multiplicative inverse of negative 4 over 5? The correct option is what is the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 5? That is 5 over 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the multiplicative inverse of 6 over 7, which is the correct option? That is 7 over 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the multiplicative of 7 over 5? That is negative 5 over 7. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the reciprocal of 7 over 2, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 2 over 7. Option number 3 is the correct option. What is the reciprocal of negative 2 over 9? That is negative 9 over 2. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the multiplicative inverse of 2 over 3? That is 3 over 2. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is add and subtract rational numbers. Let's just start with the add 3 over 10 plus 7 over 10. So you have to add them exactly like we add the fractions, right? 7 over 10 plus 3 over 10. So they both have exactly same denominator. Here you have 10 and here you have 10, right? So when you have exactly the same denominator, you simply add the numerators. You just have to do 3 plus 7, right? And 3 plus 7 equals 10 over 10. So 10 over 10, when you divide them, the answer is right. So because numbers are positive, so what do you mean? I don't know for what you are asking. It's okay if you don't like. 3 over 4 minus 1 over 4. You have to subtract them. They have exactly the same denominators. So when you have the like denominators, you simply have to subtract the numerators. There are so many teachers in the on the Skype. You can just call them and ask them to teach you whatever you want to learn. 3 minus 1 is you have to subtract their numerators. That is 3 minus 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So that is 2 over 4. You have to convert them into the you have to convert them into the lowest term. So just divide them by the greatest common factor, that is 2. So the correct option is 1. 2 by 3 by 4 take away 1 by 4 equals 1 over 2. The correct option is option number 2, that is 1 over 2. The next one is 1 by 10 plus 4 by 5. That is 1 over 10 plus 4 over 5. Because they have the unlike denominators, right? The first thing is you have to make their denominators same. So you have to multiply this fraction by 2 because 5 times 2 is 10. You need to make that smaller denominator equal to greater one. So you need to multiply it by 2. That is 2 times 4 and 2 times 5. 1 over 10. Now they have the like denominators. You can simply add their numerators. 8 plus 1. 8 plus 1 is 9 over 10. The correct option is 9 by 10. The correct option is 9 over 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Add 3 by 10 plus 1 over 10. So how do we add? First thing is we need to make their denominators same, right? 3 by 10 plus 1 over 2, they have unlike denominators. So whenever we're going to add them, we need to make their denominators same first, right? So we always make the smaller denominator equal to greater one. So you need to make that 2 equal to 10. How do we make? You need to multiply this fraction by 5 because 5 times 2 is 10. So you have to do 1 times 5. That is 3 over 10 plus 5 times 1 is 5 and 5 times 2 is 10. So this you can simply add numerator. That is 3 by 10 plus 5 by 10. So the correct option is 8 over 10. And you can write lowest form. So you can just divide them by the greatest common factor, that is 4 over 5. The correct option is 4 over 5. Okay, let's just move on to next one. The next one is subtract. You have to do 2 by 5 minus 1 over 5. So which is the correct option? They have the like denominators, right? The correct option is 1 over 5. They have the like denominators. So you simply have to subtract their numerators. The correct option is 1 over 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Seven over 10 plus 3 over 5. So which is the correct option? You have to make the denominators same and then you have to add, right? So you need to multiply this fraction by 2. That is 7 over 10 plus 2 times 3 is 6 and 2 times 5 is 10. That is 13 over 10. Option number correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is apply addition and subtraction rules. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay, the number line is shown an unknown number q. Is q positive or negative? So you have to see here is 0, right? If the number is on the left hand side of the 0, that means that must be negative. And if it is on the right hand side of the 0, then the number is positive, right? You can see here you have 0 and q is on the left hand side. That means q must be negative. The correct option is negative, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the number line shows an unknown number q. Is q positive or negative? So just look at the position of the q. Q is on the left hand side of the 0. Here you have 0. So q is on the left hand side of the 0. That means q must be negative. The correct option is negative. The number line shows an unknown number y. Is negative y positive or negative? So negative y you have to see, right? So y is already on the negative side. When you have negative and also negative on the negative side, that makes y positive. The correct option is positive. The correct option is positive. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? But here you have negative y. Yes, but negative y is positive, then here y. Negative y is positive. What's wrong with the options? That is positive, not negative, right? The number line shows an unknown number t. Is t positive or negative? Which is the correct option? The correct option is t is negative. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is the number line shows an unknown number b. Is b positive or negative? Which is the correct option? That means b is positive because b is on the right hand side of the 0, so that would be positive. The number line shows an unknown number r. Is negative r positive or negative? The correct option is R is positive. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is multiply and divide rational numbers. Okay, the first one is you have to divide 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 5. 1 by 2 divided by 5, 9 is 5 by 9. So you have to exactly divide them like we do with the fractions. You have to multiply it with its reciprocal. So the reciprocal is 9 over 5. That is 9 times 1 is 9 and 5 times 2 is 10. So when we work on the fractions, we have to we exactly do the same thing, right? Let's just start with the test questions. Divide negative 1 over 2 divided by 5 over 7. So one of the number is negative, right? So you have to apply the rule the when dividing with the if one of the term is negative, the product is yes, that is negative 7 over 10 option number 8. The rule is if the fraction is negative, their or their quotient is negative. Okay, divide negative 2 by 5 divided by 1 over 2. So you have to do negative 2 over 5 multi The correct option is negative 4 over 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. 3 by 4 times 5 over 6, which is the correct option. The correct option is 5 over 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Negative 1 over 6 times negative 3 over 4, which is the correct option. The correct option is 1 over 8. Option number 2 is the correct option. One over 8 divided by 1 over 4. So which is the correct option? The correct option is